Have you ever looked at the front of an SD card and wondered, what do all of those symbols and numbers mean? In this video, I'm going to tell you what those numbers mean and show you how to choose the best SD card for your needs. So let's get to it. Hey, I'm Desiree and welcome to my channel where I teach you how to level up your photo and video content. If you want to learn about creating better content, then consider subscribing. Memory cards are essential because without them, you can't take any photos or videos. Looking for the right memory card can be intimidating if you don't know what to look for, and especially when the front of the SD card looks like a jumbled mess of numbers and symbols. So let's go over the types of memory cards you're going to come across. So there are SD cards, which are the main types of cards that most beginner and intermediate level cameras accept. They come in two types, SDXC and XDHC. SDHC stands for Secure Digital High Capacity. So these cards range in capacity from 4 to 32 gigabytes. I have a 32 gigabyte right here, which is a decent sized card. Most newer cameras will accept these SDHC cards. I usually use this 32 gigabyte to record audio files or to take photos with. If you plan on recording videos on an SDHC card, there is one limitation, and it's the way that the file system on the card is formatted. SDHC cards are formatted as a FAT32. So the way a FAT32 file system is formatted is that you can't write files over 4 gigabytes. Anything beyond a 4 gigabyte file has to be split up over multiple files. So if you recorded 12 gigabytes of footage, it's going to break up into 3 4 gigabyte files. And this can get annoying if you're recording anything in 4K because those files are already big to begin with and can easily go over 4 gigabytes. So this type of card will be good if you're just filming 1080p footage, which is just HD footage. If you're trying to record 4K footage, I would recommend you using the next type of SD card, which is an SDXC, which stands for Secure Digital Extreme Capacity. These cards can range up to 2 terabytes in size. This uses the exFAT filing system, which allows you to record much bigger files than 4 gigabytes. And this is what I use to record all of my footage now, and especially if it's 4K footage. Next up are micro SD cards, which are smaller versions of the regular size SD cards meant to be used in GoPro-like cameras, drones, and phones. They also come in HC and XC formats. And they also come with this adapter so you can transfer your files to a computer or any card reader that accepts a regular size SD card. But there are some card readers that do accept a micro SD card, so you don't need the adapter for those. So let's go over how to read the label of an SD card. First up is the max read speed of the card. This lets you know how fast the data on the card can be read, and it's usually given in megabytes per second. So next up is the capacity of the card, which is usually the most noticeable number you will read. This lets you know the total amount of data you can store on this card. So the higher the capacity, the more data you can store, which usually means the more the card costs. So really it depends on what type of data you're going to be storing on these cards and how much of it you want to store. So when you're looking for a card and you want to know how much storage you should get, it depends on a few things. It depends on either if you're doing photos or videos, because videos take up much more data than photos. Also the quality of the photo or video. Are you taking HD videos or 4K videos? Are you taking JPEG photos or are you doing RAW photos? Because 4K videos and RAW photos take a lot more space than HD video and JPEG photos. Next is the format of the card, whether it's an SDHC or an SDXC. As you can see here, this is a SDXC card. Then there's the video speed class. It's the minimum writing speed of the card. Now this is more if you're filming videos than taking photos. This is to let you know if the card is capable of recording 4K footage, 8K footage, or even 360 footage. The number following the letter V indicates the minimum number of megabytes per second the card is able to write. So a V30 card can write a minimum of 30 megabytes of data per second onto the card. A V60 could write a minimum of 60 megabytes of data per second, and so on. Next up is the UHS rating. It indicates the maximum amount of data that can physically move in and out of the card. There is UHS 1, which has a maximum of 104 megabytes per second. UHS 2 has a maximum speed of 312 megabytes per second. There is a physical difference between the UHS 1 and UHS 2 cards, which you can see on the back. The UHS 1 card has one set of contacts, while the UHS 2 has another set of contacts, making it a faster card. This is the UHS class speed. It's a class rating that refers to the minimum write performance for the card when it's in the camera. U1 indicates 10 megabytes per second, and U3 indicates 30 megabytes per second. And last is the speed class. This lets you know the minimum sequential write speed of the card. So this lets you know if you can record 4K files, which are heavier and have a lot more data to them, or if you should stick with recording HD videos on this particular card. So these are the memory cards I recommend to getting based on the type of content you're going to create. So if you're creating video content and if you just want to stick with 4K footage or even just 1080p HD, get an SDXC because it'll allow you to record longer videos without having to chop it up into multiple files. Plus, if you want to start recording 4K footage, the SDXC cards will handle that fine as long as you have the right speeds to match your camera. And to record video, I recommend getting a minimum of 64 gigabytes and higher if your budget allows. So I usually use between either a 64 gigabyte card or a 128 gigabyte card. So for photos, I recommend getting either an SDHC card or an SDXC card because those cards are fast enough to take just one single photo or continuous shooting when you're trying to do like that burst mode. And photo files aren't as big as video files. Look at your camera's manual to see what kind of cards are compatible with it because not all memory cards are capable of handling higher speed cameras. But definitely get the fastest card that's compatible with your camera because you don't want any dropped frames or have to wait until the camera finishes writing to the card because the card isn't fast enough to get that data from the camera. So I've included links to the memory cards that I use and that I recommend down in the description below so you can check those out and you can see if those are compatible with your camera. And if you have any questions on how to pick the right memory card, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tech-related videos like this one and for tutorials on how to create better video and photo content. And also hit the bell to get notified of when I post new videos. Also, please follow me on Instagram at I am Desiree Rodriguez. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.